Hi everyone! Hi, it's me, Mr. Byron. Today we're going to be doing some amazing art. It's called overlap painting and it's part of our STEAM adventure. So today we're going to be focusing on overlap painting, which is inspired by this amazing artist named Tomashi Jackson. I hope you're ready to learn and get messy. Before we begin, I wanted to just give a quick little intro about who Tomashi Jackson is. She is an amazing black female artist. She identifies as a painter and printer, and you can find out her information if you Google her. She makes really amazing pieces, and I will show one of them to you right now. So this is one of her pieces, and it's absolutely stunning. And this is kind of similar to what we will be doing today. Some really quick facts about her is that she is the first Black American to graduate from MIT's Art, Culture, and Tech, which is really amazing. And also she does a lot of her work based off Black and Brown communities and kind of the effects of gentrification in their lives, and that happens. So that's kind of something she focuses on with a lot of her work. So when you do get a chance to see, if your parents show you some of her work, that'll be something that you do get to see, as well as she has some videos. She's from LA, which is really awesome. A local artist, and has had work all over different museums like the Broad and the Hammer and other places, and the Whitney Museum as well. All right. Also, real quick, parents, there is some paint involved, and it might get a little bit messy, but I do want to remind you of something really important. Paint on my clothes! Paint on children's clothes isn't a scary thing. It actually helps them with different forms of critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, self-esteem, and individuality. So I like to say, paint on my clothes, let the imagination soar. In your STEAM kits, which you should have reserved by calling the Anaheim Public Library, you have a various different things, right? You should have a paintbrush, some paints come in a little container, a glue stick, some colored tissue paper, a dowel or some type of wooden stick, some string, some tape, and last but not least, paper. All right. If you don't have any of these things, hopefully you can have them at home. I do have my little paint kit that this is just my own that I use when I paint stuff here at the library. You can use paper plate, or if somebody has like an old CD, you can use a CD kind of as a color palette. Or even if you're a little kid, you don't need to take anything out, you can use that as well. I do have some extra materials that I am going to be using for my own personal piece. So if you are at home and you have foil, you can get some foil because I'm going to be using it. That's not in your kit, you don't have to use this. And then I do also have this kind of paper. It's just kind of some paper that it's extra pieces of paper that I'm just going to cut up. Because one of the things that we're going to do is just rip paper and put it together, because something that Tomashi does is she finds found material, right? So she gets like paper, plastic, different found objects that she finds and she uses for her work. All right, everyone. So we're going to start off with your piece of white paper that should have come in your kit, or one that you can grab from home. I know this one doesn't necessarily look like a white piece of paper, it's a different material, but the white paper that you have at home should be fine. And then you're going to take your dowel, right? And then what you're going to do is get the glue, and you're going to glue the top of the paper right here, just like that, all the way. A little bit of glue, a little bit of glue. And then you're going to take the dowel and you're going to roll it, just like that. Okay? Just so that it stays glued on. And probably add a little bit more glue on this side. On this side right here, so it stays sticky. Alright. And just to make sure it sticks and stays, you're gonna take some tape. Just gonna tape it around. Just to hold it a little bit more. You can do it in 3 spots. There you go. And then once you do that, you're gonna flip the paper over just like that. All right? Sweet. Next thing we're gonna do is we're going to get our colors. So like I said, I have this little palette here that I use, and I'm gonna put some of the colors on there. I got some yellow, so I'm gonna put a little bit of yellow. It's a darker yellow. Put a little bit of blue. These kind of remind me of the Anaheim colors. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of... Alright, so these are close to what we call the primary colors. So these are the colors that create all the colors that we see. Okay? And then you're gonna take your brush like this and make sure your cup has a little bit of water so that it can get clean, just in case you're using different colors. And a napkin is always nice to help keep you clean. Alright, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna kind of create an abstract image. And what abstract means is the different explorations of different forms like patterns or lines, colors, shapes. It can be anything that your heart desires, anything that you want to do, any form of expression. I'm going to throw some colors in here, and I'm going to do some zigzaggy shapes like that. Alright, and I'm going to do it like this here, just to create layers, because that's kind of something that Tomashi plays with, right? She plays with different layers. So I'm going to clean my brush now, so I can add a different color so it doesn't get too mixed up. I don't want to mix my colors just yet. Alright, and we can play with different shapes, right? So I did some squiggly lines, maybe now I can do some circles, right? These things can signify community. Some circles here, circles there. Alright. And my favorite part of abstract is it really doesn't have to look like anything. It could be anything. So I'm going to take a little bit of blue and I'm just going to toss it on the paper like that. Alright, kind of like Jackson Pollock, right? And then I'm going to set this aside just for now, because now what we're going to do is we're going to add some layers. We can take some of the tissue paper and put a little bit of glue on here, right? And again, it doesn't necessarily have to have any types of shape, any form. You can just start putting it on. And some of the paint might still be wet, but that's kind of the fun part of this. It's kind of fun to kind of create that mixture of textures and shapes to kind of create something new, right? And we're going to be layering things on top, so overlapping things on top of one another, right? So I'm taking some of the tissue, and you kind of see how when it blends in together, how it's kind of creating a different color, like the blue almost looks black. So we're kind of just going to create different shapes, and I think what I'm trying to do with these colors is also create a shape with the tissues as they're overlapping each other. Right, this is part of the mixed media, and mixed media is using a variety of different forms to place them together, right? And again, parents, this is part of getting messy, but that's the fun part, right? Just make sure you got your cleaning supplies, and that you are gonna wash your hands after this, maybe take a nice shower, a nice bath. All right, so I'm kind of creating a side triangle shape in this area here. Again, with that overlapping idea, that overlapping structure. Again, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You can do anything you want. That's the best part about painting is you literally can do anything you want. If you want to draw your face, you can draw your face and then put some tissue papers on your face on the paper. All right, so then we kind of sped through this portion of it, but as you can see, it's creating this layer, creating a different type of texture, right? So one of the next things I'm going to do is, if you have that extra piece of paper, we're going to take that extra piece of paper, and you can do two things. You can either rip it with your hands, or if you want to take some of those scissors, you can just cut parts of it into some little squares or rectangles. If you have a different type of glue, like either the glue stick or some white glue, you can glue this part right here. And again, I'm just creating a different type of layer and texture here, just like this, right? It's kind of creating a matte type look. All right, so I'm gonna cut another random piece of paper here. Again, in a rectangular shape. And I think I'm gonna put this here. What do y'all think? Y'all think that's a good idea? All right, and that kind of looks cool, right? It's giving it this like different kind of look, this fun, layered, overlapping piece, right? And again, art, the fun thing about making art like this and making abstract art is it's just really about expression. It's really about what are you feeling right now? What is going through your mind? It could just be like, oh, I think this is pretty, or, you know, in different forms, the way that Tomashi works, she works through the idea of expressing a lot of research and finding things that happen within the communities and expressing that through this form. So it's really, really fun, the different things that you can do. All right, so now that we've done some extra stuff, what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to paint a little bit more. What do y'all think? Yeah? All right, I think I kind of want to take some more red and kind of just like throw this here, right? Kind of make little eyelashes, you know? Let's kind of do something like that. I don't know if you can see this here, but in the background, there's kind of that circular image, right? So I'm kind of creating an eyelash around the eye. And that's kind of the fun part of overlapping is I can still see what's underneath and still work within that medium with that image, but kind of in a different way. I'm from Anaheim originally. I was born and I was raised here for many years, for some of you who might know. Creating, and then kind of shapes here, kind of doing a little something. All right, I do have some foil. Again, if you have foil, you can do this. If you do not, it's okay. I'm gonna kind of cut it up a little bit. I'm gonna just add it up right here, just like that. All right, so we added a few foil pieces to kind of create a reflection. And next, I kind of want to take some string, so that string that you got there, I'm gonna cut this up real quick. I kind of want to place it here in the center like this, right? But to do that, I'm gonna glue it here and kind of let the string hang a little bit. So it's gonna take a second to dry there. I'm gonna add a few more pieces. They don't have to be the same size. That's kind of the fun part, right? All right, and just like that, I think I'm done. You can continue adding some more strings or more colors, you can use all the supplies that we gave you, or add different things at home too. But I think this is where I'm going to stop. Y'all ready to see it? What do you think? Yeah? Awesome. Thank you so much. It's been so much fun to create art with you. I just want to encourage you to continue checking out our programs at the Anaheim Public Library. So you can check it out on our website, anaheim.net/library. You can go and follow us on our social media at Anaheim Library, and you can tag us to share your art with us, because we would love, love, love to see the beautiful art that you created. So if you can take a photo of the art and tag the library, I, Mr. Byron, would love to see the work that you do. So definitely check out our other STEAM Adventure programs, our other virtual programmings that we are doing here at the library. And I want to encourage you to stay creative, get messy, love your parents, and tell them, I want to be an artist, because they're going to love that. All right, everyone. Take care. See ya. Bye.